Hey everyone! Today, we are diving into the latest developments in the Middle East, specifically the ongoing tensions between Yemen's Houthis and Saudi Arabia, and the broader implications for the region. It's a complex situation, so let's break it down together. First, let's talk about the Houthis' recent attack on an oil facility in southwestern Saudi Arabia. According to Yahya Sari, a military spokesperson for the Houthis, this attack was a response to Saudi drones breaching Yemen's airspace over the provinces of Hajj and Sada. Now, this isn't the first time the Houthis have targeted Saudi Arabia. They've been launching missile and drone attacks on the kingdom and its shipping in the Red Sea for quite some time. But what makes this particular incident interesting is the involvement of Aramco, one of the world's largest oil companies. The Houthis targeted an Aramco refinery in the city of Jazan with a drone. The Saudi Energy Ministry reported a fire at the facility, but no casualties were reported. This attack raises questions about the security of critical infrastructure in the region and the potential impact on global oil supplies. It also highlights the ongoing conflict in Yemen and the role of external actors, like Iran, in fueling the violence. Now, let's shift our focus to Iran. The country has been making headlines for its demands regarding negotiations and the Strait of Hormuz. Iranian Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi stated that negotiations with the United States cannot resume until the violations of the Memorandum of Understanding are addressed. This comes as no surprise, given Iran's history of making demands and then walking away from negotiations. But what's interesting is the potential deal being negotiated between Iran and Oman. According to Araghchi, negotiations with Oman about new maritime routes through the Strait of Hormuz are in the final stages. However, he emphasized that the strait won't reopen until the US corrects its behavior. This suggests that Iran is linking the reopening of the strait to specific conditions, including an end to US threats, and a permanent end to the war with Iran and its allies. It's a strategic move by Iran to gain leverage and potentially secure favorable terms in any future agreements. Now, let's talk about the Pentagon's push to boost weapons production. Pentagon spokesman Sean Parnell stated that the department is focusing on increasing munitions acquisitions to support the US military's efforts in the region. This comes as the war with Iran has taken a toll on the US military's stockpiles of advanced missile interceptors. The Pentagon is under pressure to modernize its defenses and ensure that the US has the necessary tools to protect its interests in the Middle East. Finally, let's discuss the potential Iran-Oman deal. According to sources familiar with the talks, Iran and Oman are working on a temporary agreement to reopen the Strait of Hormuz. This deal would allow ships to cross the strait without paying fees or tolls during an interim period. The agreement aims to restore an earlier US-Iran deal and restart negotiations over Iran's nuclear program. However, it's important to note that the terms of the deal could still change before it's finalized. In conclusion, the situation in the Middle East is complex and multifaceted. The Houthis' attack on Saudi Arabia, Iran's demands regarding negotiations and the Strait of Hormuz, the Pentagon's push for weapons production, and the potential Iran-Oman deal all contribute to a tense and volatile environment. As an expert commentator, I find it fascinating to analyze these developments and their broader implications. What do you think? How do these events shape the future of the Middle East and global geopolitics?